Sometimes I feel like somebody watching me. Hey man, Sean B. Stoll, I'm in the building, y'all. I'm in the building, huh? Sometimes I feel like somebody watching me. Oh, baby. Do you feel? Check it out, y'all. You know, I call it we in the digital era, man. We in a digital era where everything to a degree is accessible. Everything is accessible to a degree, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be careful of that. You got to understand that. You can't think of what they used to do back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s. You can't look at that like, you can do that today. It's funny because when you go back and you watch a lot of those movies, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, them old school movies, how they show how it was back in the 90s. They show how it was, you know, you know what I'm saying, back in their era where you was able to do certain criminal activities and it took a while for certain people to figure it out, right? It took a while for the police to figure it out. Well, guess what? We in the new digital era. Do you like you got to understand that? You have to understand we are in the new digital era, and what that mean is what you do in the dark. When you do what you doing, you think that nobody's watching. You think can't nobody see it, but guess what? Those cameras are still there. What's up, y'all? I am Sean B. Stoller. Do you feel? But look, we about to go over a couple of topics, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on the Young Thug situation, current updates. But my biggest thing is you have to understand you are under surveillance. If you in the Bay Area, and like I said, I'm in the Bay Area, California, man. Out there in San Francisco right now, they have AI camera card license plate readers right now in San Francisco and many other counties and cities all through California right now. So you have to understand, man, what that really mean. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand what that mean. If they have AI license plate readers, you think when you was going across the Bay Bridge, you think when you was going across the Golden Gate Bridge, you know what I'm saying? You thought, oh man, all I have to do is cover up the license plate and you think they won't get it. No, some of them their cameras are so great, the AI is so great, they get your VIN number. So it's like what you have to understand, man. Don't think that what you're doing, especially criminal wise. I don't encourage any criminal activity. I'm not here to promote that. But what I'm saying is, if you think you about to get away with something, especially in California, it's just a matter of time, dog. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of time. You have to understand, man. When people feel unsafe, when people feel like their life is threatened, their community is threatened, their family is threatened, you be surprised what people will sign or vote into. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the key, man. If you live in an area, you think of San Francisco, a few years ago, just having all those issues with, people running up on certain, individuals and snatching cell phones and you know what I mean? All of that stuff, right? Which was horrible, right? Just imagine you living in San Francisco and somebody, bop you over the head to take your cell phone or take your jewelry on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Let alone you being a certain, you know what I mean? If you come from, if you're in an Asian community or something like that, we all know, especially folks in the Bay Area, a few years ago, that's why they signed that basically a hate crime where, you know what I mean? If you do certain things in certain cultures, you know what I'm saying? The laws, they really will stick it to you. And it would be a horrible situation for you. And like I keep saying, I'm not here to condone any violence. This is not what this is about. I'm just trying to bring awareness to those who may not know or looking for more information. So when I think of San Francisco, because out in the Bay Area, San Francisco is kind of like the mecca when it comes to like, you know, their laws being real strict. Like, I'm from the Bay Area, born and raised out here. So usually how it goes, especially on this side, you know what I'm saying, on Northern California, based on how things are done in San Francisco, it affects the surrounding communities. It affects the surrounding, like I said, counties. For me, I stay in the Richmond area. That's the Contra Costa County. You have Alameda County. You know what I mean? All the way to, the San Jose. So the Bay is so connected and we so widespread, but what happens in Frisco affects the whole Bay Area, let alone California in general. So when I say you are under surveillance, when you go to San Francisco, understand this right now. Your license plate is being read. They're checking for tickets, all different type of things. That's what they're doing right now. You know what I mean? That's what they have available right now. Let me see. And I actually have some information I want to pull up here because I come with that info. You know what I mean? I come with that information about it. So this is coming. It says San Francisco. Hold on, make this a little bigger too for those who may not be able to see this. I'm getting better at this thing. You know what I mean? Getting a little better with it. Come on now. It says San Francisco. This from NBC Bay Area. San Francisco license plate readers lead to arrest in San Francisco City leads say. Okay. And it says a network of newly installed automatic license plate reader cameras is already leading to arrests in San Francisco, according to city leaders. Right now, 100 automatic license plate readers are installed in San Francisco. 300 more are coming. Did you hear what I just said? Let me highlight that and read it again. Right now, 100 automatic license plate readers are installed in San Francisco, and 300 more are coming. So you thought that 100 was good enough, right? You thought that 100 cameras, readers that they have in San Francisco was good enough. No, NBC News is telling you. No, they got 300 more coming. See, I thought I was playing, man. Y'all really thought I was playing out here when I begin to talking like this. No, this is real life. This is what I talk about. This is real life, man. Okay. And it says, I think here using technology to be able to track evidence across county borders is a intelligent move, says Alex Sinclair, with Willow on the Green. And about 100 license plate reader cameras are installed now, up and running around the city, while 300 more should be operating by July. Now, keep in mind, we in June right now. So by July, they looking to install 300 more cameras in San Francisco right now. So if you think you finna go out, slide out to the city, You think you finna go slide out to the city, get the bip in the windows, get to doing this and doing that. You got a whole nother thing coming, Playboy. Yeah. I know y'all remember the smash and grabs. Oh, they caught a lot of them. They caught a lot of those smash and grabs. You haven't heard too much about that. You know what I'm saying? They said, it's a homeless problem. Now we ain't worrying about that. What they're doing is they're going to read pretty much, I would say, almost anybody driving into San Francisco. And just think about this. That's just San Francisco. You need to check your local area. That's why it's important. When they say you need to vote locally, you really also need to start paying attention to the laws. Because here in California, in July 1st, there's going to be some other laws that's also going to be brought in as well. You know what I'm saying? That's agreed upon as well. So, or take effect, I should say, as well by July 1st. So, what I'm trying to say is, see what they used to do. That's why I've been saying for a while when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, the small time criminals out there, them guys who, I'm saying, guys, girls, whoever you are, that's, robbing people, breaking in their cars, them small timers to me, you feel me? But for those individuals that think you can come out here to the Bay Area and do criminal activity, and you think you can just, oh man, we can get away. Don't worry about it. Nobody's seen us. If they said they already installed 100 cameras, they have 300 more coming by July. Keep in mind, they already had cameras out there. You know what I'm saying? So this is addition to what they have in San Francisco. So just think about Oakland. Think about going up to San Jose, where it's real big money out there. All through the Bay Area. Now, keep in mind, if you haven't figured out the theme, in my opinion, anybody that stays in the city, a state, where it's a lot of money coming through there, you have to think that what they're doing in San Francisco is going to go out through the whole United States to a degree. You know what I mean? Think about Atlanta right now. You hear about the Young Thug case. You hear about, how they trying to bring in this RICO charge. You know why? In my opinion, when it comes to the Young Thug situation and, what's going on with the trial, the lawyer, and all the updates, what's happening right now, to me, once Atlanta, I'm went from Frisco. Now I'm about to talk about Atlanta for a minute because this is linked together. Follow me, man. In San Francisco, the Bay Area, this is where a lot of millionaires stay. It's a lot of big money in the Bay Area. That's one reason why it's so expensive to stay here. It's not just the location, it's also the average income. So when you compare that to Atlanta, right? How they have, they got the Tyler Perry Studios. They have all these different businesses and people doing big deals out there. Big corporations is, coming to that area to do many different things. Variety of entrepreneurs offering different services. So it's big money coming to, Atlanta and the surrounding cities, the surrounding counties. I just went to Rick Ross. If y'all new to my channel, if you've been following me, you go back and you see I showed you I was at Rick Ross' house for the car show out in Fulton County. Out there, because it's so much big money, just coming to his house, the police and everybody, they made sure that everybody that attended Rick Ross' car show, that you was secure to the best of their ability. Because of why? Because they want to protect the bag. They want to protect the people to come in to do what they do, spend money, do this, do that, go to their hotels, wherever they go. It's money coming into the city. It's money coming into the county. So you think any city, I don't care where you at, it's no city, at least in America, where if they know people are going to come there, spend money there, you think they do not want them to feel like they're safe? This is where the cameras come in. This is where the surveillance come in. Because at the end of the day, if you work hard for what you have, you don't want nobody just feel comfortable just walking up to you and taking it from you. Yeah, you can defend yourself, but at the same time, some people wouldn't mind having that camera to show proof that, hey, if I had to defend myself in a certain type of way, here's the camera to prove that what I am saying is actually valid and true. But unfortunately, yes, that can work in your favor. It also can work against you, because if somebody is trying to do, trying to make us something look different than what it truly is, if you're following me, this can work against you. So when I think about Atlanta, right, I think about the Young Thug case. He definitely got a hell of a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? He willing to go to jail for him, to protect his client, or try to make sure his client get free. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, when it comes to the Young Thug situation, it all comes down to the citizens in Atlanta, the county, the state, and them protecting, of course, the locals, but really it's the bag. Because who would want to go to, who's rushing to take a vacation in Chicago right now? You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people is not, and that ain't me knocking Chicago. I'm using that for example because, for the last few years, it's been labeled, a very dangerous place to, to live at or to stay at. I know things probably have changed from most areas, but let's be honest, right? And I know some good people out there. I'm not, I ain't throwing shade your way, but we just talking facts. So when you think about Young Thug, you think about what's going on with the RICO, how they trying to come at him. The bottom line is everybody want to protect their bag. So just like in San Francisco, they have all these cameras. Now they have the license plate readers, and I bet you just some great cameras, bro. They, like I read earlier, they have 100 cameras that they install, and they have 300 more that they're going to install by July of this year, 2024. Huh? So really think about that. You know what I'm saying? Really think about what I'm saying to you. Like, this is a lot. And it says also, and I'm reading some more. Now I'm reading more. This is from NBC News. San Francisco is where I'm getting this information from. Just for anybody, you can Google search this as well. And this is all information I've been reading here. So I think, and this is where it says, Alex, I'm going to continue. This is where he left off at. So it said about 100 license plate reader cameras are installed now, up and running. So it's working right now around the city, while 300 more should be operating by July, right? And it says, I think this is the first step into a holistic approach. Sinclair said, it is very clear from on the ground mindset that it's not just about catching organized crime. It is also about dealing with mental health. That is a strong standpoint of where a lot of theft is happening. In a prepared statement posted on social media on Wednesday, San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott outlined how much the tech has helped the department. He said the police receive hits on stolen or wanted vehicles, recovered property, and made arrests. Okay? Did you hear what I just said? They said just with the 100 alone, Because remember, they bought the booth 300 more cameras, but right now, based on 100 cameras alone, they was able to make multiple arrests. Okay? So they was able to catch multiple arrests for either stolen and wanted vehicles, recovering property. Come on, man. Y'all think y'all finna win out here? You think you gonna win out here doing the criminal activity? You really think you built like that, man? You really think you finna make it like that? So just imagine what other access they have that they're not telling you about. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hit that like button as y'all come on in, man. Who giving y'all this sauce right now? Hit that like button. You new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm Sean B. Stoller, man. Show some love to the channel. I'm here to bring y'all good game, man. Good conversation, good motivation, hopefully some type of inspiration, man. You know, it's important that y'all keep your boots laced up over here, man. And that's what we do over here. So hit that like button. As y'all come on in, smash up them likes, y'all. That's how you show support to the channel. You know, it does not cost a fee. It is free to hit the like button, please. You know what I mean? But just think about that. Like, seriously, you really have to think about that because a lot of people, you know, like I said, I'm in my 40s, right? You know, I always hear about, you know, you should be able to go to Frisco and, you know, you have to look out for this, look out for that. It's going to get to a point, man. It's nothing you can do without, I mean, think about it. I mean, what can you do now without some type of camera being involved? So just think about San Francisco. Now, I don't know about any other city in the United States that's monitoring their streets as hard as San Francisco is. But just imagine how if this become a super successful situation for San Francisco, imagine what other cities and states is going to adopt this the same method. I'm just telling you. Do you feel? See, most people and corporations, you know what I'm saying? You want results. I mean, who doesn't want results, right? So just think about this. If the police chief saying that they making some big, you know, big improvements on stolen vehicles, stolen property, and that's only 100 cameras, they about to load up 300 more. Ooh wee, man. You better not drop a piece of paper, you know what I mean? Some candy wrapper on the ground, man. You know what I'm saying? One of them AI robots are gonna roll up on you. That's gonna be the next phase. That's my opinion. That's gonna be the next phase. They're gonna have these, you know, these AI robot dogs, whatever, gonna roll up on you, man. You feel me? That's what's going to happen next, especially in San Francisco, because what do they want to do? They want to protect the bag. They want to protect the people, but it's the bag too. Let's be honest. San Francisco, no matter what you say, they still make a lot of money. That's why the Golden State Warriors is in Frisco. Okay. The Giants is still in San Francisco. The San Francisco Giants are in San Francisco, and they both in the Pier area. You know, you still have major concerts that go out to San Francisco. Matter of fact, Nicki Minaj is coming to San Francisco to come back and do her second, you know, world tour in the Bay Area. So you have to understand when it's big money involved, oh yeah, they're going to make sure they protect their bag, meaning they're going to protect the locals. They're going to protect people who come, you know, travel to San Francisco to for whatever reason to enjoy the food, you know what I mean, the events that's brought to the city, whatever it is. They want to make sure that you're able to come back. And how do you do that? By adding 300 more cameras. Do you feel me? Huh? I'm just saying. And I got that from, that's not something, that's a rumor. That's not something I made up. This came from from NBC News, San Francisco. Okay. This is not, it's not something made up. This is real information that's out there. So hold up. I ain't finished yet. So it said, let's see, recovering stolen property arrests, but some groups have raised concerns about the technology. You don't say. It says our big concern about the automatic license plate readers is that they are, by definition, mass surveillance. They are not targeted. They are not based on a suspect, really. Yeah, maybe not for right now. They're not based on a suspect. Okay. They are not based on probability cause, probable cause that individuals commit a crime. Said Matthew, no, I can't pronounce that last name, with Electronic Frontier Foundation. The automatic license plate reader cameras were funded by 17.3 million grant from the state's organized retail theft grant program. Wow. You mean to tell me we have a grant program? This is from the state. So that came from Gavin Newsom. That came from the state, California. Says the automatic license plate reader cameras were funded by a 17.3 million grant from the state's organized retail theft grant program. So they actually have a program. They have a program to protect the property with the cameras. So just think about that. Think about that. Really think about what I'm reading to you. So at the end of the day, California is saying we ain't playing no more. They said they have a grant for 17.3 million grant just for cameras to help stop theft in California. So what that really means is, the way I take it, is that California ain't playing. When you come out here, you think you can do your little crimes, in states where, they don't have as much finances and access to resources, where they don't have all these cameras yet. Listen to what I said, yet. You think you can come out here and do all that? Eventually, you will get caught. Because they're not telling you what type of cameras they are. You don't know if they can look through walls. They can, you know what I'm saying? Heat seeking. It was heat seeking cameras where they can, read the body heat and all that. I mean, there's so many different things out there. So just imagine what type of quality cameras we talking about. We're not talking about the, your simple camera, you can buy at your local Best Buys. Nah, they got some high tech stuff. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You thought 4K was cool. They probably got something that's 24K. Do you feel? And you think your little petty crimes, you think you're gonna get away with that, huh? And them smash and grabs have went down in the Bay Area. I don't know if y'all know that, but the smash and grabs in the Bay Area has went down. You wonder why. You think those cameras, now it's funny, right? Because everything starts out in just like, like they said, the cameras are for license plate readers. Yeah, that's what you're going to say, and that's what you're going to do for right now. But as we go into the future, and as the AI they use and start to get more advanced, don't think that they won't use those cameras not only for license plate readers, but also to read people. In my opinion, I definitely think that's going to be integrated at some point. You know what I mean? Because just reading a license plate at some point won't be enough. And eventually they're going to want more. That's just being a human. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody give you an inch, eventually you're gonna want a foot. Eventually you just want to just completely open the door, walk completely in. You feel me? So I'm just saying, I don't know, especially for me being a taxpaying citizen, especially in California, it's good to have that extra security, but at some point, is it too much security is the question. You know what I mean? Is it too much? Because you talking about San Francisco alone, they're gonna have over 400 cameras. Now keep in mind that's not including whatever they already have prior to adding in all these cameras. You know what I mean? So just think about this. If they have a lot of success in San Francisco based on these license plate reader cameras, imagine what other counties surrounding San Francisco and even out of the Bay Area, LA. You know what I mean? Central California, all over California. Eventually, in my opinion, it's going to be all pretty much the whole California. We're just going to be all under surveillance at the same time, but they're going to tell you it's only for your protection. Do you? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as you come on in, man. That's how you support the channel. That, you know what I mean? And I'm here to give y'all good game, man. Good conversation, man. Smash up them likes, y'all, as you come on in. So I'm here to give y'all good information. So smash up the likes. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Because we just chopping up good game, y'all. We just chopping up good game. That's all it is. Ain't nothing else to see here but good conversation. But just think about that, though. Seriously, though, right? Because even when you think about the Young Thug situation, I bet you 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you know, even with Young Thug and his court case, it always come back to the money, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. You can't, I won't believe it. Because United States, we built on debt and pretty much debt and money and access to resources. You know what I mean? Having that, we always, just as a country, right? As United States in general, we like to have that leverage when it comes to other countries. That's why we have ambassadors. We have embassies, excuse me. We have embassies when we go to different countries that we, do business with, right? So just think about the United States in general. We love to have that, that leverage. So when you think about United States as a whole, right? We pretty much the cream of the crop when you think about it overall, right? I mean, of course, other countries are good at certain things, but just overall, we have so many things in abundance. It's a beautiful thing, but it also comes at a cost. And this is part of it. At the end of the day, it's always about protecting the bag. If you work in the United States, you pay taxes, right? You are the bag. Especially if you're a hard worker like myself, doing, multiple different jobs and constantly working and doing this, doing that. You talk about taxes. Man, I pay so much in taxes, it's ridiculous, especially out here in California, man. My taxes is way up there. So when they talk about these cameras in Frisco and they have this state budget, for theft, 17.3 million. That's wild to me. That's just for cameras and I guess miscellaneous things for you to protect your citizens, to protect your area, protect your city. So really think about that. That mean they want to protect the bag. We are the bag. Once you born or you get a social security number in the United States, you are the bag. You know what I mean? So when I say you are under surveillance, what they're doing in San Francisco eventually will be right next door to you. Do you feel it's going to be right next door to you? Because if you think about it, a lot of laws get passed when people are in fear. You know, a few years back when they had the gun issue and, the situation with people running up in the schools and, you know what I mean, with the guns. When you think about situations like that, when things like that happen, that's when people want to get strict on the gun laws. They want to get strict on that. And in those moments, you have to pay attention and understand what you're dealing with in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Some people try to, whether it's a corporation, they really prey on those type of moments to try to pass things or bring awareness to certain things to get you to vote for or agree to. You feel me? When those tragic situations happen. So when I think about San Francisco and how they about to have over 400 cameras strictly for license plate reader ran by AI, eventually they're gonna be able to look in your refrigerator. In my opinion, I think you feel me? You go to San Francisco, they're gonna literally be able to look in your refrigerator and see what's in there without opening the door or anything. That's how great them cameras are gonna be. Because if they got a budget, California said have a state's budget for 17.3 million strictly for getting cameras and whatever things, miscellaneous things they need to protect your area, your state, or your county or city. Just imagine what other grants they have out there that they haven't implemented yet until they feel like it's fit to, huh? So you got to really think about that and be careful when you see this pattern. Because usually, like I said, when a big tragic happened, that's when people try to really pass certain type of laws, and you have to pay attention to why are they promoting this or why are they saying this now? You know what I mean? So, got to be careful, man. Got to be careful and understand. And when you come to the Bay Area, just know that you are under surveillance. Do you feel You know what I mean? You are under surveillance out here. And eventually it's going to be right next door to you eventually in the United States, because at the end of the day, they want to make sure that them citizens are able to work and pay their taxes, huh? you know? And it's like, man, those movies be telling us the story, man. They're like Minority Report. You ever seen for those who ever seen that movie with Tom Cruise in it? It was one scene where Tom Cruise literally went into uh in the movie Minority Report. He went into one of those retail stores. He was trying to get away from his teammates or his co-workers, I should say, not teammates. Excuse me. His co-workers that worked at the police station with him when he was trying to get away because he knew he was trying to figure out what happened. Why did he potentially look to shoot somebody? And he went into a retail store trying to get away from the police that was chasing him. And the AI started talking to him as he walked in. They was like, "Hey, how you doing? Did you want to buy that same sweater you bought last time? We could, charge it to your account. So I'm saying that to say this. In my opinion, eventually we're going to be at a point where you won't need physical cash. You won't need the paper money anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, you won't even need a debit card. In my opinion, I think that we're going to be at some point, especially out here in the Bay Area, there's so much money out here, with the West Coast in general, California in general, because this state accumulates so much money and wealth and access and resources. I personally feel like it's going to be a point where you won't need physical cash or a credit card. You know what I mean? To a degree. You just walk in, or you tell them what account you want to charge to, and it just pops up based on, your eyes, eye identification, or your face recognition. Because if they have license plate readers, right? I bet you that had some type of face recognition feature on there, right? Let's be honest, right? So eventually that's going to bleed over to everyday usage. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man. Smash up them likes, y'all. Y'all come on in. Hit that like button. I am Sean B. Stoll. If you're not familiar, hit the like button. New to my channel, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you. You know? And it's like, you can't be, you really can't, it's a thing too, right? Because out here in San Francisco, you don't really hear a lot about this, but you hear a lot about, at least for me, you hear a lot about what's going on with Young Thug. You hear a lot about what's going on with Nicki Minaj. You hear a lot about a whole bunch of other things, but you don't hear nothing about how they talking about all these surveillance cameras and the budget that they have strictly for states or counties to be able to use these funds to enhance their AI ability, huh? I'm just saying. Sean B. Stoller trying to tell y'all, man, gotta wake up, man. And any type of person that's doing criminal activity, just a matter. Just imagine this. It's just it's going to come to a point where it doesn't make sense to be a small time criminal at all, because there's so many cameras. Even right now they have, from my understanding, they have it where if somebody shoot a gun in the air, pow, 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 they have a sensor radar system where they can detect exactly what address it came from, what area that those shots were shot at or shot from. You know what I mean? Like, really think about that. Everyone want to talk about the Young Thug situation and, well, who's snitching, who not snitching. Yeah, that's cool. But you got to also think about something else, which is your everyday situation. And if you work in the city, you work in the surrounding city, you may come across this situation, huh? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And eventually, if this become a major success in San Francisco, I'm gonna tell you this again. If this become a major success in San Francisco, anticipate this to be spread out through California and also in other states as well. Do you feel? Just a matter of time, y'all. Just a matter of time. You know what I mean? Because everybody want their money, man. You know what I mean? Everybody want their money, man. And if you trying to stop it or block it, that's when you're gonna find out what it's really about, man. I'm just saying. So smash up them likes, y'all. Smash up them likes, man. Because I did see this on the news out here in the Bay Area a couple of like last week. I'm like, man, I should go do a live about this, man. Because I didn't see too many people talking about it. So I'm like, man, let me go on here and do this live, man. Because the people need to be aware. And even if you're not from here, just know eventually this you're going to have some type of form of this or similar to this in your state as well eventually. Because when it comes to America, capitalism is real and protecting that bag is a must. Do you? You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect the bag. And it's like, in a way, I'm not mad at it because, of course, if you running like a small business or food stand or something like that, you want to feel like there's some extra security for you, you know? But the question is, how much security do you really need? Do you feel? You know, that's the real question. How much security do you really need? You know, because it gets to a point where are you blocking? Are you trying to keep the criminals out, or are they trying to lock them in? Huh? You know what I mean? Or are they trying to keep them locked in? I'm just saying, man. You know, and it's like on one hand, it's a good thing, right? When you think about it, if you was in a bad situation and somebody can help you, you know what I'm saying? Based on the camera recognition, without you calling or anything, they able to identify, hey man, that's Sean. So we need to send somebody over there to help him, right? But then on the flip side is it's like, man, it's like you pretty much exposing yourself to a degree. No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You exposing yourself where you have this protection with the camera, but then also that camera and whoever's working it can be able to get more access than what the card reader was originally meant for. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, smash up them likes, y'all. Smash up them likes. And it's like they have the card readers. They have 100 card readers, and now they about to add 300 more. Ooh, wait. Goodness gracious. So really think about that, you know? Because I feel like it's just all that's doing is just eventually it's going to open the floodgates for them to do more things as well, you know? And on one hand, I get it. I definitely get it. But then on the other hand, I'm like, are we giving them too much access? That's a good question. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But let me know in the comments if you feel any different. You know what I mean? If you feel like, it's nothing wrong having all these cameras. You know what I mean? I would like to see some comments in there if somebody feel different or feel like there's nothing wrong with those cameras. Or you could be like me, like, man, I'm not feeling that at all. You feel me? So let me know in the comments, y'all. you know? And it's like, I just think that what happens is some people get to a point where they like, man, I need that security. I need that protection. Because if you have a nice house, a nice car, and somebody finesse you for your car or something like that, you want to have um, systems that are in place to help protect you and your property and as well your loved ones. So I respect it. You know, so smash up them likes, y'all. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I am Sean B. Stoller. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, hopefully some type of inspiration, y'all. But I'm just saying. Don't say that Sean B. Stoller didn't try to tell y'all, man. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all time tonight. I will be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go in a little bit early. Just that my work schedule was just so busy. I'm really a busy man, Monday through Friday. So if I don't get back to you, well, I will get back to you tomorrow. This whole weekend, expect a live. Shout out to all my new subscribers too. I will be going live pretty much from here all the way through Sunday, so you will get a live from me every single day. That's my pledge to my subscribers and anybody that follow me on X as well. I appreciate y'all. You know, so thank you for watching this live, and I'm gonna leave you with this. In life, you have choices. You're either gonna barbecue or mildew. Which one are you? I am Sean B. Stoller. Until next time, y'all. Peace.